Karen Davila naggulat, attorney Poa, lawyer ni VP Sara, kumanta na. Ayan, syempre itong balitang ating matutunghayan ngayon ay nagmula kay Malacanang Watch 2024. At ito po ang inyong lingkod na si BT na magbibigay ng reaksyon at komento dito sa video na ating matutunghayan ngayon. At huwag na natin pagtagalin at sabay-sabay na nating panoorin ang laman ng video na hatid sa atin ni Malacanang Watch 2024 at bibigyan natin ng reaksyon ang balitang ito. Pasok!
Ito yung interview ni Michael Poa kay Karen Davila.
Welcome back to Get Started.
Syempre bago natin simulan ang video ito, nais ko nga pala magbigay ng credits dito sa boses at video na matutunghayan natin ngayon at bibigyan ng reaksyon. Walang iba kundi si Don Mar TV. Syempre huwag niyo kalimutang suportahan ang channel ni Don Mar TV, mga katunay. Pakibisita po yan at huwag niyo kalimutang mag-subscribe at mag-follow para maging updated po kayo sa mga vlogs, reactions at sa mga balita na hinahatid sa atin ni Sir Don Mar TV. Ipagpatuloy natin.
Let's continue our discussion on the impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte. We're now joined by the Vice President's lawyer, Attorney Michael Poa. Attorney Poa, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ma'am Karen, at magandang umaga rin po sa lahat ating mga kababayan.
Alright, sige, pag-usapan natin. First of all, how is the Vice President responding to the 3 impeachment complaints?
Well, she's still business as usual. The Vice President always expected another round of impeachment complaints. So I can say that this really did not come as a surprise to her, nor did it come as a surprise to the defense team. So ano lang po siya, no? I would say high spirits pa rin, unfazed, still going about her duties as the Vice President. In fact, just a few days ago, she was in Zamboanga. So tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman po yung trabaho.
Oo, parang isang paglilinaw lang, no? Kasi nakikita natin ang Vice Presidente ay nandun sa The Hague. Can you just clarify this? How often is she there and how often is she in the Philippines doing her duties?
Opo. Ang pagkakaalam ko po, I think they have a shifting schedule, no, in their family. Although I'm no longer a spokesperson, so I can't really speak on her behalf. But ang pagkakaalam ko lang, meron ko silang shifting. So I can't really pinpoint how often she's there. But even when she's there naman, dire-diretso pa rin naman yung operations ng Office of the Vice President. I think she's already established protocols and she communicates with them every day. In fact, she even communicates even with me and the defense team also, no, regularly, even when she's there.
Okay, kita nyo naman, no? Kahit na nandoon sa The Hague, si VP Sara, inaasikaso niya pa rin yung pagiging Vice President niya. Diba? Kahit paano nakikipag-communicate siya sa mga taong nandoon. No? Kaya nga, yung iba, hinahanap pa yung presensya niya eh. Kasi masyado kayong nasanay dun sa mga, yung pa-epalistic na nagpapakita ng mga pagmumuka. Diba? Kay VP Sara, hindi uso yun. Diba? May mga tao, kaya nga may mga tao siya para bigyan sila ng trabaho. Magtrabaho kayo. 'Di ba? Kung ano yung sabihin niya, yun ang gagawin nila. 'Di ba? Ganun 'yan. Oh, ito importante, ginagampanan pa rin ni VP Sara kasi kapag si VP Sara mismo ang lumitaw, alam niyo naman yung mga alitap-tap meron na namang sasabihing masasama. Kaya mas maganda na lang yung mga tao niya na lang din ang kumilos kahit papaano. 'Di ba? O kumbaga siya gumagalaw, nakikita natin kung siya mismo sa sarili niya, siya ang gagalaw, maganda rin yun. Pero nakikita naman natin si VP Sara, more on yung mga tao niya. Ang talagang pinapakilos niya talaga. 'Di ba? Kasi nga, hirap naman pag-isipan na, umeepal ka, nagpapalakas ka. Alam naman natin, 'di ba, yung mga bumabanat kay VP Sara, ganun lagi yung banat.
Pag-usapan natin ang mismong mga complaints. One of the congressmen said the strength of this batch of complaints is the presence of Ramil Madriaga, a witness who has been resurrecting old allegations against the Vice President related to POGOs and the use of her confidential funds. What is your take on Ramil Madriaga? Who is he exactly?
Well, first and foremost, Ma'am Karen, ang ating Vice President, the Vice President, already categorically stated that she does not know Ramil Madriaga, no? The personal level, and definitely not at the level that she would even give instructions to Ramil Madriaga. That's all I can say for now because obviously everything else comes into our strategy pagdating sa defense. But even one of the people named in his affidavit, Colonel La Chica, if I'm correct, no, actually filed a case against Ramil Madriaga not long ago. No, I think the case was on perjury or cyber libel, one of them or at least or even both of them. So meron ng ganyang information na dumating sa amin and we're prepared. When this affidavit came out, around 2 months ago, the defense team also anticipated and expected that this would be included in the impeachment complaints, which true enough, nandun nga siya, no? Especially linking to the confidential fund issue. So we are prepared to address his affidavits and his claims point by point to belie the statements made in the affidavit.
Oo. Because Ramil Madriaga, his allegation in terms of presenting himself as a witness is he is the self-proclaimed bagman, right? So he is
Wala, gawa-gawa lang yan eh. Oo, lahat naman ang inaako sa kay BP Sara, puro gawa-gawa lang eh. Ako, dami ling, ako, ewan ko dyan. Hindi ko lang niniwala sa mga ganyan. Siyempre, lahat naman ng tao gagawin talaga para sa si BP Sara, lumabas na masama. Lumabas na may mga ganyang klaseng taong konektado sa kanya. Madali naman kasing kumilos na mga ganyan kung mga nasa posisyon sila. Diba? Ano laban sa kanila ni BP Sara? Pinagtutulong-tulungan nila. Oh. Madali lang gumawa ng kahit na anong kasama ni BP Sara, kahit sabihin nila kasama ni BP Sara si si Jason, si Freddy Krueger, si Chucky. O pwede nilang sabihin kasama ni BP Sara yun eh. 'Di ba? Mga kasabwat niya, gano'n, 'di ba? Madali lang.
declaring that kind of close.
Analysis ko dyan, meron talagang nag-deal kay Madriaga.
Meron yan, Sir Don. Merong gumagamit yan sa tao na yan. Para sabihin mo, bagman ka ni BP Sara. Bagman ka ng ganyan, may ginagawa kayong ganyan. Dali lang yan, gas-gas na yan eh. Hindi na kami naniniwala dyan sa mga ganyan-ganyan. Ako.
Di natin alam kung pwede ang administrasyon. Gamitin ka namin ha. Siraan namin si BP Sara, gagamitin ka namin. Tapos
Lahat naman kasi pwede nilang gamitin eh. Kung tutusin, ako wala akong pinipinpoint. Sinasabi ko lang, lahat pwedeng gumamit ng ganyan laban kay BP Sara. Lalong-lalo na kung ikaw ay nakapwesto. Pwede mo kang pakawalan lahat ng preso tapos sabihin mo lahat yan konektado kay BP Sara eh. Oo, kung gugustuhin mo. Diba? Kung ikaw talaga nasa posisyon, kung talagang ikaw talaga kapag no choice ka, pakawalan mo, magpakawala ka ng 50 preso dyan. Sabihin mo lahat yan, bagman ni BP Sara yan. Sabihin mo, yung iba dyan, kolektor ng weteng. Kilala nila si Sara Duterte. Yung iba dyan, bodyguard ni Sara Duterte. Yung iba dyan, ganito, ganyan. Yung iba dyan, hardinero. Ganun lang yan, ang dali lang, sobrang dali.
Kapag magtagumpay na mag-witness ka, babaan namin ang sentensya mo. Pwedeng ganun yung deal, ha? Kasi bakit pinili pa nila yung isang preso, di ba?
Knowledge in the alleged crimes of the Vice President. Kasi pag sinabi mong ikaw yung parang bagman, it means alam mo lahat, di ba? So, ang accusation niya is the Vice President and a circle that's
At sa tingin ko naman, hindi uubra itong bagman na ito unless kung meron siyang ipapakita na mga ebidensya.
very close to her, was receiving drugs.
Siyempre, kung siya yung bagman, tama si Sir Don Mardon, meron kang mga maitatagong ebidensya. May maipipresenta ka na ikaw talaga yung bagman at meron kayong mga transaksyon ni BP Sara. Kasi hindi pwedeng yung bunga-bunga nga lang, lalo na sa korte o sa investigasyon. Yung ibig sabihin na, bagman ako ni Sara Duterte, ganto-ganto kami. So kung ganyan lang pala, wala kang ebidensya, di ang dami nang nakulong. Ano yun? Pwede ba sa husgado na magtuturo ka nang wala kang ebidensya? Testigo ka, wala kang ebidensya, wala kang mailalabas o mailalabas na ebidensya yung abogado mo na magpapatunay at magpapatibay doon sa testimony mo? Diba? Mas maniniwala sa salita mo lang? Madali lang magsalita, pero ang hirap patunayan. 'Di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng magturo ka. Yan po ang nang-rape sa akin. Yan po ang tumegi sa akin. Nasaan ang katibayan mo? Na yun mismo, may maipapakita ka bang ebidensya? Di ba hindi pa pwedeng magturo ka lang ng magturo dahil pag nagturo ka baka madiwende ka. Yung magsasalita ka lang. Dapat meron kayong ebidensya.
And POGO money through cash deliveries spanning 2 administrations.
Di ba? It sounds impossible. Kaya hindi na pinapaniwalaan ng taong bayan yan.
It's almost like a criminal syndicate. It's that kind of allegation. Where would this come from if the vice president does not know him at all?
Actually, your best guess is as good as ours, no? Because exactly that's the point. Tama po kayo. That's the picture that's trying to be painted in that affidavit na siya yung bagman. And to be able to establish that, you have to establish trust and of course closeness to the principal. And so that's where the defense will start, just to show that there is no relationship whatsoever between the vice president and Ramil Madriaga. And then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Now, in the 3 impeachment complaints, you have Representative Laila De Lima. We discussed at length 2 of these impeachment complaints, the second and the third. I think we don't have to go one by one with these allegations, but why didn't the vice president just answer essentially how the funds were spent when she was called in the Quadcom hearings?
Opo. Well, I think you're referring to the confidential funds. So pagdating po sa confidential funds, the vice president would always say back then, nasasagutin lang na yan at the appropriate forum. And then she felt that the budget hearings were not the appropriate forum. And we have to remember that pagdating sa mga confidential activities or intelligence operations, there are rules, no, in terms of disclosure. In fact, there are laws that prohibit disclosure of confidential information to the public. So that is probably one of the reasons why, no. And we're not just using this because I know to some people this might appear to be a legal excuse, but actually if you look, there was an article not long ago that came out, a couple of days ago that came out, no, yung danger when you expose details of confidential information operations, specifically on informants, no. About 2 days ago I read an article about a 74-year-old woman who was murdered, no, because precisely that, na tagged siya as an informant. So there are dangers to that, and that's why we have to be very careful about disclosing such information in public.
Okay, so if
Kailangan
that's the
talaga-
case,
kailangan
that's
talaga
the
yun.
logic, how will the team of the vice president defend etong allegation in 2 of the complaints of alleged fabrication of submissions to the Commission on Audit, right? The acknowledgement receipts supposedly had fabricated names like the infamous Mary Grace Piatos, when you just said right
Mary
now
Grace
that
Piatos.
under the law there is a danger of exposing. So if this is brought up in the impeachment trial, we're moving forward, no? Do you have a defense for that?
Yes, we do, Ma'am Karen. We definitely have a defense for that. Again, I cannot go into details because we don't want to telegraph our defenses.
Yeah.
But basically, just to answer your question, ipapaliwanag natin. Remember, the impeachment proceeding is not really, it's different from a court proceeding where you only have to explain to the judge. Pagdating sa impeachment, it's quite trickier because ang kinakausap din natin dito is yung public. Hindi ba? Dapat maintindihan
Yes.
ng publiko para maniwala yung publiko na talagang walang katiwalian na nangyari dito.
Oo.
So as much as possible and within the confines, no, of what is allowed by law, we will ipapaliwanag natin ng malinaw kung ano ba talaga yung konteksto at ano ba talaga ang nangyari para mapakita natin na itong mga pangalan na to, whether it's false or real names, hindi nangangahulugan na nagkaroon ng katiwalian. You know, it's not because they're saying may aliases or kung totoo man o hindi to mga pangalan to, automatically meron ng katiwalian, hindi ba? It's, for us, that's jumping into a major conclusion, not unsupported by facts. But again, I hope you understand, we cannot
Of
telegraph
course.
our defenses,
Oo.
but at least I can say na maipapaliwanag natin sa taong bayan at mapapakita natin
Yes.
na walang katiwalian dito.
Yes,
Okay,
talaga naman talaga. Wala naman talagang katiwaliang nangyari, lalong-lalo na sa confidential fund. COA na mismo nagsasabi, kaso ayaw nilang paniwalaan. Mga bingi sila, mas pinipilit pa nila yung gusto nila. Gusto talaga kasi nilang gawan ng kaso. Kailangan si Sara Duterte matambakan ng kaso yan. Kaya nga pinagtatawanan na lang sila ng taong bayan eh. Kita mo, masyadong effort ang ginagawa nila para matanggal sa posisyon ng Vice President. 'Di ba? Halatang pinupolitika si BP Sara. Kasi kahit may mga taong nagpapatunay na siya ay inosente, wala. 'Di pilit pa rin talaga siyang sinisira, gusto siyang idawit, 'di ba? Gumagamit pa ng mga iba't ibang tao para magsalita laban sa kanya. Hindi naman natin masisisi.
And then, of course, the alleged use of confidential funds in the Department of Education. You were in the DepEd then, so
Yes.
this one is something you would be very aware of. It was a 500 million peso budget, but it included the questionable spending of 125 million pesos in a period of 11 days, and then the COA disallowing 73 million pesos of that spending. Just in that allegation alone, do you believe that constitutes an impeachable offense?
Of course, our position is not,
No.
no?
Yeah.
But,
But-
let me just clarify, Ma'am Karen, the 500 million budget and then the 125 which was spent in 11 days allegedly, that is an issue regarding the OVP. Pagdating sa DepEd, I believe it was around 150 million budget, and what was spent was 112.5, if I'm not mistaken. So, but in any case, that doesn't change the question. No? Yeah, we will address this head on. We will show that hindi naman porket sinabi mong 11 days, may katiwalian na kaagad yan.
Oo.
Diba? I mean, the government spends more than that on a daily basis in its operation. It just depends on the situation, yung context, bakit ba nagkaroon ng 11 days, all these things, kailangan maipaliwanag. And we're not denying that, no? Kailangan maipaliwanag natin ng mabuti to sa publiko. And pagdating naman sa DepEd, it's true that there are COA findings, but what we always fail to, at least from what I've heard, no, dun sa ating mga complainants, is that what is always failed to be mentioned is the fact that DepEd was actually issued credit notices for its use of confidential funds for at least 2 quarters. No? Ibig sabihin ng credit notice from COA is that in their evaluation, tama naman yung documentation at wala naman silang nakitang pagkakamali. Of course, that's a very technical term for COA. But just to explain it, meron pong credit notices sa DepEd.
Oh, yeah.
At yan yung parati kasing hindi na may mention. Now with OVP, it's true that there were COA findings, there was a notice of disallowance, but that notice of disallowance remains pending with the Commission audit because we filed a petition for review, which is part of the process.
Now,
Ako sa totoo lang, no, si BP Sara talaga, yung ibinibintang nilang si BP Sara ay kurakot. Di ba? Alam nyo, kayang-kaya niya namang gawin yan kung gugustuhin niya. Eto lang yan Kung siya talaga ganon, kung ganon talaga si Sara Duterte, hindi tatakbong vice president yan noong 2022. Oo. Tatay ko, presidente. Matatapos na termino. Sino ang i-endorse ni PRRD? Siyempre, yung anak niya, si Sara Duterte.
Di ba? Kung gusto niya talaga na mangurakot, tatakbo siyang presidente. Kasi sa totoo lang, 100% kaya manalo ni BP Sara kay PBBM ng 2022. Di ba? Tatay niya, lalo na tatay niya, presidente. Pwede siyang i-endorse no, si PRRD, mahal ng mga tao. Di ba? Si Leni Robredo nga, tinalo si BBM, si BP Sara pa kaya? Oh. Di ba? Kung gusto nilang mangurakot, hindi na nila ibibigay ang posisyon sa iba. Di ba? Common sense naman.
my last 2 questions. The impeachment complaint, these allegations come in the heels of bigger accusations of corruption against this administration. Now, while every single peso is important, of course, diba, bawat 5, bawat piso ay mahalaga dahil taxpayers' money na ito. What is your take with the fact that here in question is 150 million? I'm not diminishing the amounts. I don't want the audience to think that in any way. And calling the vice president to account for that, possibly impeaching her, possibly facing a conviction, when there are personalities in this administration that are facing billions of pesos of outright corruption. And yet, the impeachment complaint was already junked in the House Committee on Justice alone, right?
Yes, Ma'am Karen. My personal view there, and even a view as a lawyer, is that look, there are allegations against the president, there are allegations against the vice president, and as you said, kahit na malaki yung kabila, mas malaki yung kabila compared to that those alleged against the Vice President. Sa akin naman, we just have to have a uniform standard, no? Because every single peso counts. So, whether it's politically motivated or not, I will just leave that to our kababayans. Lahat naman tayo nanonood ng balita. Lahat naman tayo, I think we have our own opinions. But despite the variance in the amounts, I should say that there's a need to still address all the allegations, even if mas maliit to o mas malaki yun. So, that's what the defense is focused on. No? Pagdating sa political motivation, of course, it's an impeachment proceeding and it's a political issue, hindi ba? But nonetheless, there are allegations and we still have to, regardless of the motivation behind them, we still have to address these allegations para maliwanagan yung taong bayan.
Ayon, natatay nato ngayon ang video na nagmula kay Malacanang Watch 2024 at syempre nato ngayon natin ang boses at video na yon na binigyan natin ng reaksyon na nagmula kay Don Mar TV. Kaya mga katunayan, ang masasabi nyo tungkol dito? Comment lang po kayo sa comment box. So once again, I'm BT and I'm out. Peace.